Have you ever felt like you're living a life that doesn't quite feel like your own? Imagine stepping away from the constant noise, distractions, and pressures of modern life to focus entirely on creating a stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled version of yourself. What if you could disappear quietly, work on self-transformation, and reemerge as someone unrecognizable, even to your closest friends and family? A friend of mine once shared his story. Overwhelmed by the demands of work and life, he felt stuck, unable to escape the endless cycle of stress and self-doubt. One day, he decided to step back, not to run away, but to reinvent himself. He worked in silence, adopting habits grounded in ancient Stoic philosophy and a clear vision of the person he wanted to become. Months later, he returned with a renewed sense of purpose, confidence, and resilience. The transformation left everyone speechless. This video is your roadmap to that same journey. Drawing from timeless Stoic principles and actionable insights, we'll explore 6 steps to help you focus on self-growth, overcome burnout, and create a life aligned with your values. Whether it's mastering your mindset, managing energy, or tracking progress, these strategies will empower you to reclaim control of your story. If you've ever felt this way or know someone who has, share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire others on the same path. Let's get started. 1. Embrace a silent work approach to reinvention. The idea of working silently on yourself holds an understated power. It's about stepping back from the urge to showcase progress or seek validation and instead focusing on meaningful self-improvement. Quietly honing your skills, deepening your knowledge, and refining your character becomes your main goal. This discreet effort is not for recognition but for transformation. And when you re-emerge, the change is undeniable, so profound that it surprises even those who thought they knew you best. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said it best: "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." His words remind us that transformation is not about external validation, but about aligning actions with values. In silence, you free yourself from the noise of expectations and focus solely on progress. A close friend of mine once embraced this approach. For years, he struggled with self-doubt, constantly seeking approval for every step he took. It left him feeling drained and stuck. Then, something shifted. He chose to step back, not to retreat, but to focus. He deleted social media, distanced himself from toxic relationships, and invested in himself. Every morning, he worked on his fitness, spending an hour at the gym. Every evening, he read books on philosophy and personal development. His weekends were spent honing skills he had long ignored, like public speaking and financial planning. For months, no one heard much from him. But when he returned, he was different. His posture was confident, his conversations were insightful, and his energy was magnetic. People were amazed. Some thought he had gone through professional coaching or therapy. The truth? He had simply embraced the power of silent work. Now imagine yourself in his place. Picture stepping away from the noise of modern life, the endless scrolling, the constant comparisons, and pouring your energy into quiet, meaningful growth. Perhaps for you, it's not about public speaking or fitness. Maybe it's about learning a new skill, reconnecting with your purpose, or building a stronger relationship with your family. Whatever it is, the principle remains. Transformation thrives in silence. Stoicism offers a profound way to navigate this process. The dichotomy of control, a core Stoic principle, teaches us to focus on what we can control and release what we cannot. In the context of silent work, this means letting go of the urge to control how others perceive you. Instead, focus entirely on actions within your power, your dedication, your habits, your growth. For example, let's say you decide to improve your career. Instead of announcing your plans to everyone, begin by quietly mastering the skills you need. If you're aiming for a promotion, don't talk about it. Earn it. Take extra courses, seek mentorship, and refine your expertise in your own time. Let your actions speak louder than your words. The beauty of silent work is that it removes the pressure of constant judgment. There's no audience to impress, no one to please except yourself. This frees you to take risks, fail, and learn without fear of criticism. You are in control of your narrative, writing it with deliberate, thoughtful actions. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to focus inward. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This strength becomes your foundation, allowing you to navigate life's uncertainties with clarity and purpose. In this journey, remember that silent work is not about isolation, but transformation. It's about stepping away from distractions so you can step into the best version of yourself. Whether you're rebuilding after a setback, pursuing a new goal, or simply seeking a fresh start, this approach empowers you to take charge of your growth. As you begin, don't be discouraged by how far you have to go. Instead, celebrate the fact that you've taken the first step. The quiet progress you make today will set the stage for the remarkable transformation that awaits. When the time comes to re-emerge, the world won't recognize the person you once were. They'll see someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. And isn't that the ultimate goal? To let your actions, not your words, define who you are. 2. Shift your mindset. To truly change, you must first change your thinking. Your beliefs shape your reality, and clinging to limiting thoughts is like building a house on sand. It will collapse under pressure. Shifting your mindset means letting go of the patterns that have held you back, adopting a growth mindset, and learning to see challenges as opportunities. In the disappearing phase, this transformation allows you to navigate difficulties with resilience, maintain motivation, and envision the person you aspire to become with clarity. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." His words remind us that external events are beyond our control, but our perspective and response are entirely within our power. Changing your mindset starts with this realization: your circumstances don't define you. Your choices do. Returning to the story of my friend, his journey didn't just require silent work. It demanded a mental shift. At first, he was trapped by self-doubt, convinced he wasn't capable of change. He would look at others' successes and feel inadequate, consumed by comparison. But one day, he reframed these thoughts. Instead of envying others, he began to ask, "What can I learn from them?" This shift, simple as it seemed, was transformative. Each perceived failure became a lesson, each setback an opportunity to grow stronger. Over time, he stopped fearing challenges and started seeking them, knowing they were the only path to his goals. Think about how often we let our own thoughts become obstacles. Maybe you've told yourself, "I'm too old to start over," or "I've tried before and failed." These beliefs act like chains, holding you in place. But what if you saw things differently? What if each failure was just a stepping stone, each challenge a chance to prove your strength? When you adopt a growth mindset, you stop fearing failure and start seeing it as part of the process. Imagine a man in his 50s who feels stuck in a career he no longer loves. He might think it's too late to change, that he's already invested too much time in one path. But if he shifts his mindset, he could see his years of experience as an advantage, his network as a resource, and his dissatisfaction as a catalyst for reinvention. With this new perspective, he could begin exploring passions he had long ignored, learning new skills, or even starting a side business. The circumstances haven't changed, only his mindset has. Yet that single shift opens up an entirely new world of possibilities. In your own life, start small. When faced with a challenge, pause and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Then focus your energy there. The Stoics referred to this as the dichotomy of control, and it's one of the most liberating concepts you can embrace. By letting go of what's beyond your influence, you free yourself from unnecessary worry and redirect your energy to where it matters most. For instance, imagine you're dealing with a difficult colleague at work. Instead of fixating on their behavior, which you cannot change, focus on your response. You could choose to practice patience, improve your communication, or set boundaries. This mental shift empowers you to act with purpose rather than react emotionally. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength doesn't come from controlling others or avoiding difficulties. It comes from mastering your thoughts and using them as tools for growth. When you adopt a growth mindset, you also begin to visualize your ideal self with greater clarity. Instead of seeing who you are now as fixed, you start to see yourself as a work in progress. This vision becomes your guide, helping you make choices that align with the person you want to become. You stop settling for what's easy and start striving for what's meaningful. Shifting your mindset is not about denying reality. It's about changing how you approach it. Challenges will come, they always do. But when you see them as opportunities rather than obstacles, you unlock a resilience that allows you to keep moving forward. It's not easy, and it won't happen overnight, but each small shift in perspective adds up, slowly but surely transforming the way you live and grow. As you navigate your own disappearing phase, remember that every thought is a choice. Choose to see your potential, not your limitations. Choose to embrace challenges, not shy away from them. And most importantly, choose to take control of the one thing that truly matters, your mindset. It's the foundation of reinvention and the key to becoming unrecognizable, not just to others, but to the person you used to be. 3. Focus on the rule of 3 for priorities. Life often feels like a juggling act, with countless demands pulling us in every direction. The result? Scattered energy and half-hearted efforts. The rule of 3 offers a simple yet transformative solution. Focus on the 3 most important areas of your life. By limiting your priorities, you direct your energy toward what truly matters, allowing you to make meaningful progress and achieve clarity amidst the chaos. Imagine your life as a garden. If you try to water every plant equally, none of them will thrive. But if you focus on the 3 strongest, you give them the nourishment they need to grow. Health, career, and relationships. These are often the pillars people choose, but the exact priorities are yours to define. The point is not what you choose, but how you commit. This principle helps you concentrate your efforts on what will create the most noticeable and lasting change. The Stoics, too, understood the value of simplicity. Seneca said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." His wisdom is clear. Spreading yourself too thin leads to mediocrity, while focus leads to excellence. By narrowing your priorities, you align your actions with your goals, ensuring that your energy is spent where it matters most. A close friend of mine embraced this principle during his own transformation. For years, he struggled with burnout, constantly chasing too many goals. He wanted to advance his career, improve his health, strengthen his relationships, and learn new skills all at once. The result was predictable: exhaustion and frustration. Then he made a change. He identified his 3 most critical priorities: his health, his family, and his professional growth. His first focus was his health. Each morning, he prioritized a workout, understanding that physical vitality would fuel his ability to succeed in other areas. Instead of sacrificing sleep for late-night work, he adopted a consistent routine, giving his body the rest it needed. He also changed his diet, choosing meals that supported his goals rather than hindered them. Over time, this newfound energy spilled into his work and personal life, creating a ripple effect of positive change. Imagine yourself in his place. Perhaps you've been juggling too many commitments, feeling like you're falling short in all of them. What if you paused and asked yourself, what truly matters right now? Maybe it's your career, where doubling down on your skills could lead to a promotion. Or perhaps it's your health, where focusing on fitness and mindfulness could restore your energy and clarity. Or it could be your relationships, dedicating time to reconnect with loved ones. By narrowing your focus, you free yourself from the noise and give your best to what matters most. The Stoic concept of essentialism aligns perfectly with this approach. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If you seek tranquility, do less, or do what's essential." This doesn't mean doing less work, but focusing on the right work, the work that aligns with your goals and values. When you focus on 3 key areas, you create a life of intention rather than reaction, of depth rather than breadth. Let's consider another scenario. A man in his 40s feels overwhelmed, trying to balance his role as a parent, a demanding job, and his personal passions. By applying the rule of 3, he prioritizes his family, his career, and one personal hobby that brings him joy, say, learning guitar. Each morning, he dedicates an hour to practice, finding a sense of peace and accomplishment that carries into his workday. His evenings are spent fully present with his family, creating memories that outlast fleeting professional stress. Over time, he discovers that by focusing on these 3 areas, he feels more fulfilled, not less. This principle doesn't mean neglecting everything else. It's about clarity. When you know your top 3 priorities, you can say no to distractions without guilt. You can let go of tasks that don't serve your goals and commit fully to those that do. This focus builds momentum, helping you achieve more in 3 areas than you ever could by dividing your energy across 10. As you consider your own life, reflect on what truly deserves your focus. Choose your priorities wisely, then commit to them wholeheartedly. The Stoics remind us that a life lived with intention is a life well lived. By focusing on the rule of 3, you simplify your efforts, amplify your results, and create a foundation for lasting transformation. Your priorities are your compass. Let them guide you, and you'll find that even amidst life's complexities, your path becomes clear. 4. Build systems of habits, not just goals. Goals often sound inspiring: lose weight, earn a promotion, or become more mindful. But without a system in place, these goals can feel like distant dreams. What truly drives change is not the goal itself, but the small, repeated actions you take daily. Building a habit system creates consistency and ensures progress, even when motivation wanes. It's these quiet, steady efforts that transform your aspirations into reality. A goal is like a destination on a map. It shows you where you want to go, but doesn't tell you how to get there. Habits, however, are the roads and bridges that make the journey possible. By focusing on the process rather than the result, you shift your attention to what you can control, your daily actions. Over time, these actions compound, creating lasting transformation. The Stoics understood this profoundly. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, emphasized gradual improvement, saying well-being is attained by little and little. His words highlight the power of small, deliberate actions repeated consistently. Stoic discipline revolves around embracing the process, not just the outcome. It's about aligning your daily behaviors with your values and long-term vision. I remember a friend who wanted to lose weight. He had tried and failed countless times, each time setting ambitious goals like losing 20 pounds in 2 months. He would start strong but soon burn out, frustrated by the lack of quick results. Then he changed his approach. Instead of fixating on the scale, he focused on building habits, preparing meals at home, walking 10,000 steps daily, and drinking more water. These were small changes, manageable and sustainable. He also tracked his habits, noting each completed day in a journal. At first, the progress was slow. But over months, the results began to show, not just in his weight, but in his energy, confidence, and overall well-being. By focusing on the system, he achieved more than he ever had chasing a goal. His habits became a part of who he was, not just what he was doing. Now think about your own life. Perhaps you want to advance in your career. Instead of setting a vague goal like become a leader, what if you created daily habits to support that vision? Commit to reading 15 minutes a day on leadership, networking once a week, or dedicating time to a skill that will set you apart. Over time, these habits will naturally lead you toward your goal without the pressure of constantly measuring your progress. The Stoic principle of prohairesis, or rational choice, offers guidance here. It teaches us to focus on what is within our power, our actions, our decisions, and our efforts. When you build a system of habits, you are taking control of the process, ensuring that your daily actions align with your desired outcome. This alignment brings clarity and peace, freeing you from the anxiety of chasing a distant goal. Imagine a man who dreams of writing a book. If he only focuses on completing the manuscript, the task can feel overwhelming. But if he commits to writing just 300 words a day, he'll have over 100,000 words in a year. The habit, not the goal, drives the result. This approach removes the pressure of perfection and replaces it with progress. Tracking your habits is another powerful way to stay consistent. Whether through an app, a journal, or a simple checklist, seeing your progress reinforces your commitment. It also helps you identify patterns: when you're most productive, what triggers your habits, and where you might need adjustments. Tracking keeps you accountable and builds momentum, making it easier to keep going even on tough days. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Similarly, your actions shape your identity. When you repeatedly act in line with your goals, you begin to see yourself as the person you aspire to be. A writer becomes a writer not by publishing a book, but by writing daily. A fit person becomes fit not by reaching a target weight, but by consistently choosing healthy habits. As you consider your habits, start small. Choose one habit that aligns with your priorities and commit to it daily. Over time, add others, building a system that supports your vision. Remember, the goal is not perfection, but consistency. Each day is an opportunity to reinforce the identity you're creating. Through steady, deliberate action, you'll find that transformation is not a distant goal, but a reality unfolding in the choices you make every day. 5. Master energy management to overcome burnout. Transforming yourself demands immense energy, mental, physical, and emotional. The journey can be draining, especially if you're juggling work, family, and personal growth. Without effective energy management, it's easy to burn out and lose momentum. That's why learning to manage your energy is as important as setting your goals. It's about identifying what drains you, eliminating unnecessary distractions, and prioritizing activities that restore and sustain you. This balance ensures that you stay motivated and focused throughout your transformation. The Stoics believed in the power of intentional living, and energy management aligns perfectly with this philosophy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you seek tranquility, do less, or do what's essential." His advice emphasizes focusing on what truly matters and letting go of everything else. By conserving your energy for meaningful actions, you not only avoid burnout, but also make greater progress toward your goals. Take the example of my friend who wanted to lose weight. Beyond building a system of habits, he learned to manage his energy strategically. Initially, he approached his goal with sheer intensity, daily workouts, restrictive diets, and pushing himself harder than his body could handle. The result? He felt drained and demotivated within weeks. Realizing this wasn't sustainable, he shifted his approach. He scheduled his workouts during his most energetic hours, adjusted his meals to be nourishing yet satisfying, and allowed himself rest days to recover. By managing his energy wisely, he achieved better results and felt more balanced. Think about how this applies to your own life. Maybe you're trying to advance in your career while maintaining your health and personal relationships. You wake up early to squeeze in work, skip meals to meet deadlines, and stay up late trying to connect with loved ones. It's a cycle that leaves you depleted, physically and emotionally. But what if you took a step back and assessed where your energy is going? What if you set boundaries to protect your focus and schedule time for restorative activities like exercise, mindfulness, or simply being present with your family? Energy management isn't just about avoiding exhaustion, it's about maximizing your potential. The Stoic concept of ataraxia, or inner calm, teaches us to balance effort with rest. Overworking without replenishment leads to diminishing returns, while a well-managed balance keeps you productive and centered. This isn't laziness, it's wisdom. Consider someone trying to launch a side business while working full-time. Without energy management, the person might work late into the night, sacrificing sleep and health. But with a smarter approach, they could allocate an hour of focused work in the morning when their mind is sharp, take regular breaks during the day to stay refreshed, and prioritize sleep to sustain long-term productivity. This strategy ensures progress without jeopardizing their well-being. Tracking your energy levels can be transformative. Start by observing when you feel most energized and when you tend to crash. Align high-priority tasks with your peak energy times and reserve lower energy periods for simpler activities. Additionally, identify and eliminate energy drains, whether it's unnecessary meetings, toxic relationships, or unproductive habits like doom-scrolling social media. Every moment of energy saved is a moment you can invest in what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius also wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Managing your energy begins with managing your thoughts. Negative self-talk, overthinking, and worry are some of the biggest energy drains. Instead, practice gratitude. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. These mental shifts conserve your emotional energy and keep you grounded. Restoration is just as important as effort. Think of energy like a muscle. It grows stronger when you alternate between work and recovery. Schedule time for activities that recharge you, whether it's a quiet walk in nature, meditation, or quality time with loved ones. These moments of rest aren't a distraction from your goals. They're a vital part of achieving them. As you embark on your transformation, Remember that managing your energy is about sustainability. It's not about doing everything, but doing the right things with intention and balance. By focusing on what fuels you and letting go of what drains you, you create the space and stamina needed to succeed. Your energy is your most valuable resource. Protect it, nurture it, and channel it wisely. When you do, you'll find that the path to becoming your best self feels less like a battle and more like a journey, one that you're fully equipped to enjoy and complete. 6. Track progress and celebrate small wins. Tracking your progress is like shining a light on your path. It shows you how far you've come, reinforces your efforts, and highlights areas where adjustments are needed. When you acknowledge even the smallest achievements, you strengthen positive habits and build momentum. These small victories remind you that transformation is not a sudden leap, but a series of steps, each one moving you closer to the person you want to become. The Stoics believed deeply in self-reflection as a tool for growth. Seneca wrote, "When the day is done, examine your actions. What did I do wrong? What did I do right? What could I do better?" This daily practice of reflection isn't about dwelling on mistakes, it's about learning from them. Tracking your progress is a modern extension of this wisdom. It's a way to keep yourself accountable, remain motivated, and adjust your plans as needed. A close friend of mine wanted to learn a new language. She began with high expectations, imagining herself fluent within a few months. But the process was harder than she anticipated, and progress felt slow. Frustrated, she almost gave up. Then, she decided to approach it differently. She started keeping a journal of her language learning journey. Each day, she wrote down a few new words she had learned, sentences she had constructed, or moments when she successfully understood a conversation. Over time, the journal became her greatest motivator. Flipping through its pages, she could see how far she had come, even when the progress felt invisible day to day. Celebrating these small wins, like completing her first conversation or understanding a movie scene without subtitles, gave her the confidence to keep going. Months later, she wasn't just learning the language, she was speaking it confidently, connecting with others in a way she never imagined. Think about how this applies to your own journey. Perhaps you're trying to get healthier, launch a project, or change your habits. The progress might feel slow at times, but tracking it shows you that even the smallest actions add up. Maybe it's as simple as marking an X on a calendar each day you stick to your goal, or using an app to monitor your habits. Seeing a streak of consistency builds pride and pushes you to keep going. The Stoic principle of premeditatio malorum, or preparing for challenges, ties into this process. Tracking your progress allows you to anticipate obstacles and adjust accordingly. If you notice a dip in your momentum, you can identify the cause. Maybe you're overworking, skipping rest, or not finding joy in the process. Recognizing these patterns helps you course correct before they derail you entirely. Imagine someone aiming to get fit. If they only focus on the end goal, say losing 30 pounds, it's easy to get discouraged when progress slows. But by tracking daily habits, like eating balanced meals or completing workouts, they can see that they're building a lifestyle, not just chasing a number. Celebrating small wins, like lifting a heavier weight or running a longer distance, keeps the journey rewarding and sustainable. Acknowledging progress is not about boasting, it's about reinforcing the behaviors that lead to success. Each small win builds a sense of capability and control. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Tracking your progress and celebrating milestones is a way of exercising that power, focusing on what you can control, and letting the results take care of themselves. Rest days and moments of gratitude are also part of progress. Taking a break doesn't mean losing momentum. It's about giving yourself the space to reflect and recharge. When you acknowledge your hard work, you renew your motivation and remind yourself why you started. As you navigate your transformation, make tracking a daily ritual. Whether it's a journal, a checklist, or an app, find a method that works for you. Use it to document your wins, analyze your setbacks, and refine your actions. Over time, these records become a powerful reminder of your resilience and growth. Transformation is a journey, not a race. Each step forward matters, no matter how small it seems. By tracking your progress and celebrating your wins, you not only stay motivated, but also cultivate gratitude for the process itself. It's this gratitude that turns effort into joy and keeps you moving forward with clarity and purpose. As we reach the end of this journey, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. The power of reinvention lies not in grand announcements, but in quiet, consistent action. By embracing the Stoic approach to self-improvement, you can transform yourself into a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and deeply aligned with your values. The lessons are clear. Work in silence, shift your mindset to embrace growth, focus on what truly matters, build daily habits that reflect your aspirations, manage your energy wisely, and track your progress with intention. Each step may seem small, but together they create a profound transformation. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Shape your thoughts and actions daily, and you will redefine your identity. This journey isn't about disappearing to escape, but stepping back to rebuild. It's about taking control of your story, not by shouting louder, but by working smarter and with purpose. Every day offers a chance to become a little better, a little stronger. Let your efforts be your voice, your actions the proof of your resolve. Now it's time to put these lessons into practice. Start small. Choose one area of your life to focus on. Dedicate time each day to work quietly on your goals. Track your progress, celebrate your wins, and stay committed, even when no one is watching. The changes you make in private will shine when it matters most. Finally, I encourage you to share your story. What does reinvention mean to you? Have you already started your journey? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else to take their first step toward transformation. The world needs more stories of resilience, wisdom, and quiet strength.